Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be giving you guys some tips for Exfil Zone. I've watched a bunch of videos of a bunch of different people playing, and I know that most of these tips are known, but just in case you guys don't know them, I do want to give some of these tips out. And also I wanted to give you guys some of my setting configurations for aiming and virtual stock and all that kind of stuff, because when I was trying to figure out all this stuff, I couldn't find any videos where anybody explained any of the settings or their configurations or anything like that. So I wanted to give you guys some tips on that. I don't know that I fully understand all the settings, but I at least want to show you guys what I use, and hopefully it'll help. So watching a bunch of Exfil zones on YouTube, I've noticed there is something that a few people don't know, but I think most of you do know. I see a lot of people looking at their gun when they're switching from auto to semi-auto. And in case you don't know, which you probably do, but in case you don't, you can just tell by the tick. Kind of sounds heavy and light. Heavy and light. I'll show you guys really quick. Okay, so I'm here at the range and I brought just two guns to show you guys. It should be pretty simple to show you. So heavy tick is going to be semi-auto. Your light tick, fully auto. Obviously, I'm not actually aiming. If I was, that would be terrible. I'm going to load this up. I'll show you it's the same on this gun. So heavy tick, semi-auto. Light tick, fully auto. And I'm pretty trash with iron sights, as you guys can tell. Anyways, that's tip number one. Okay, the next thing, if you don't know, big stem actually will stop light bleeding. Let me try to show that really quick. I don't know how to induce a bleed, though. Oh, you can't hurt yourself in here. Okay, actually, somebody let me know, because I haven't actually tested that since wipe, but before wipe, if you had a bleed, the large stem pack would actually stop the bleed. But one other thing that's changed is you can't hurt yourself inside your base. So no real way for me to test that unless I get a bleed. And I feel like bleeds are a little bit more rare than they used to be. So you guys let me know in the comments. This is another tip I think most of you know, but just in case you don't, there are two helmets that when I first started playing I thought were really good, and only to find out that they were not. The first one is this helmet right here. So this helmet is actually, it doesn't show here, but it's a level 4 helmet, and it looks as though it would protect your face, but unfortunately it does not. Just the helmet part protects anything. And to prove this, I'm shooting PST, or I guess that's FMJ, but still it should block it. If you shoot the top of the helmet, it blocks it, but the face does not block. Actually hit the helmet there. I'm out of bullets, but you guys get the point. It does not block. We'll even put PSO in here, and I'll show you guys that again. I think you do have to reset the helmets though, because they actually lose their durability in here. So here we go. I got PSO, and now I'm gonna shoot it right in the face. If I can aim, I suck with a pistol. I hit the top of the helmet there. Yeah, I missed like most of my shots. Let's see if I can get this guy in the back. No, anyways, this is shooting SP, and this should be able to block this as well, but it does not. So as you can see, the other helmet that is similar is the OP High Protection helmet. This helmet seems like it would block your face partially and only allow bullets in here, but at least in the last wipe, only the actual top of the helmet itself would protect anything. The jaw does not protect anything, or at least it used to not. If that has changed in the new wipe, let me know, because unfortunately this helmet is not available for testing in the gun range. I don't know why. It should be, but it's just not. Okay, now we're on to the settings here. So the first thing I want to explain a little bit is the virtual gun stock. So I use type B because it seems a little bit more nimble than type A. Type A feels like my gun's real heavy and that it doesn't want to move hardly at all. It could be helpful, especially when you're first starting, because it's really hard to aim if you've never played a game like this. Type A might be helpful. It just makes it very, very stiff. And you might like that, but I feel like you can't hardly turn the gun these ways. Like I'm moving my hands wildly back and forth and the gun's not moving a whole lot. Type B is similar to Type A, but you have more movement. So you can see I can move a lot faster. And I just feel like it's a lot more nimble. And I can't shoot worth a crap, but you guys get the point. It moves a lot better. It's just kind of like a weaker version of the Type A stock. If you turn the gun stock off entirely, it just kind of feels like it's hard to even, it doesn't even really feel like you're holding the gun, I feel like. It's just really crazy hard to aim with this. So I would recommend at least using one of the gun stocks, the virtual gun stocks. I do not have a physical gun stock. If you have a physical gun stock, maybe that'll work better to not have the virtual gun stock on. I have no idea. I've never even used one before. But me personally, I like using a virtual gun stock. The next thing I want to talk about is weapon smoothing. So I keep weapon smoothing at 0 because weapon smoothing kind of just makes your movements slower. So like, I gotta cock it. If I aim back and forth fast, I feel like the, I don't know what you call this, the reticle, it just goes and stops. If you turn weapon smoothing, I'll go to the extreme, we'll go to 10. As you can see, the gun kind of lags behind how you're moving. See how that looks really, really weird, like it's floating around? If you put it on 0, it looks like this. I'm doing the exact same movement. And that's what it looks like. Really weird. It feels like your gun is super heavy and it's really hard to aim. Actually, I'm not doing too bad. See if I get that one in the back. But you're going to be at a massive disadvantage if you put your weapon smoothing up to 10. Now, 1 or 2, especially if you're a beginner player, is probably a better spot. But I feel like the lag, it kind of like lags behind. Like if I move here, it feels like the gun's doing a little bit slow still. And you, in your head, you think, oh, I've already gotten here, so I can fire, and I'm trying to aim for this one in the back. And I almost always shoot too early if I just shoot when I would normally shoot. So if I put it on 0, let's see, that's still missed, but it's in the right area, I feel like. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I just shoot where I know it's going to be at, and if I turn this up, I feel like I always shoot too early. That one wasn't too bad. Anyways, you guys can play around with that and see kind of what you think. This just makes your gun move slower, essentially. Okay, so for the next one, I want to talk about scope stabilization. I've actually not tested this, so let's check it out. I've got an SKS here with a scope on it. I have this disabled right now, and let's just see what this kind of looks like. Let me try, see if I can zoom in farther so we can see the shakes a little bit more. So this is kind of me holding it as steady as I can. Okay, now let's try it with it on, see what it does. I'm not sure, really. I'm not sure if that makes a big difference. I think I'm going to keep it disabled. And if anybody knows exactly what this does, let me know in the comments. And last but not least, just in case you guys are curious, I have head-oriented movement. I used to have a hand-oriented movement, which is not too bad, but it is a little bit weird when you're trying to eat something or use 2 hands, and that's why I prefer to do the head movement. The one benefit of using the hand movement is you can actually walk in the forward direction perfectly, or even sprint while looking a different way. So you could theoretically run like this and shoot, which is much harder to do with head-oriented movement, because when I do that with head-oriented movement, you have to change the joystick, and I accidentally walked out of the shooting range. Anyways, I just prefer the head-oriented movement. You guys might like the hand-oriented movement. That one could go either way. It's just completely up to you what you enjoy more. But I would recommend trying both and just seeing. Like I said, I did the hand movement for pretty much 80% of the first wipe and most of my videos, actually. And then I tried the head movement, and I actually liked it a lot more. So now I do the head movement. If you guys found this video helpful, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, if you guys have any questions, leave those down in the comments. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next video.